that Galio. As Hanwha do manage to get a little bit of a stun down onto Life, who was just trying to buy some space before aiming to get what he wants done. As Cuz is going to go for a gank here towards the top side. Hookshot comes down. The flash is still going to get that stun. Rascal is so good at the Camille. And they are easily going to grab themselves first blood. It goes over to Cuz. Tatum comes down, but meanwhile on the bottom side of the map, Depth Charge comes in. Cuz looks for SamD, finds the Audacious Charge, and the Jhin is so incredibly dead. Life is going to go down as well, and OnFleek uses him to taxi his way out. But in it goes Cuz, tries to find a little bit more, Q connects, but otherwise not too much.
Most importantly though, enemy AD carry is down here. This gives aiming free farm on these plates here with the Crescendum. It's going to force on. Still is a Twisted Fate. Will eventually use his ult.
Well, that's a deadly sin.
Turret does not expend his teleport here. So 2 turrets in total for just 1 charge worth of value. And now he's going on to OnFleek.
Well, that's a kickback, but the Destiny is now finally pressed. That's what that button does. Very cool. The train's going to come through as well, and Rascal's really dead. He will be taken down here. OnFleek looking to try and secure it, and the Hextech ultimatum comes out just to celebrate.
Till the last moment to pull the trigger, you have to imagine. If he pulls it early, KT can just wait it out.
Well, it's going to be Life going in for some attempted engage. In goes the Camille. No heroic entrance going to come down just yet. As the curtains have been called and Dudu is going to get taken out. VicLa trying to get out of there as we're holding onto the last bullet. It connects onto the Gargoyle, but he's fighting a zombie that came back to life again, so he will be back to the death chamber eventually. Dudu, 30 seconds until he's back in this fight, and that means KT have control of this. Drake and Soul Point under wraps.
They'll take a turret.
Oh, okay. In goes Rascal. The heroic entrance is there, but it hasn't been pressed. There it is now, as OnFleek's going to have to flash to get out of the way. And unfortunately, Karis is not going to be so lucky. The Twist of Fate, 100% surrounded, and will get taken out. And now it's Dragon time. But another fight going off here as well, as Cuz going to dive on forward. OnFleek is really dead, so let's move further down, as Vista takes so much damage from Rascal. And Hanwha Esports, their problem is they have 0 damage. They don't do, like, no damage on this team. Nope. And so therefore, Rascal dives into 4 people, and he's like, what are you going to do? And they're like, ha nothing.
The Jhin in this composition needs to have a tempo advantage, like we were talking about on bottom side, is Dudu also getting collapsed on here. I don't think they can kill him under this turret if he hits his Q.
Well, Dudu's
Am I wrong?
just hanging out here, and that is true damage. If it's Rascal, it's the only one that's winning, then they can play through him.
Yeah,
Things like this, if aiming gets ahead, they can play through him, and it's really, really good.
If you sign up for the gym but never go, you know, it's not going to make an impact. If you draft this
Meanwhile, Rascal is like 1v4 again underneath the turret. This time he's going to go into his stopwatch as OnFleek, going to get knocked up by the depth charge. Dredgeline comes in as well as Dudu is also going to die. Felt a little bit like that was an afterthought as he'll get knocked up. The curtains have been called, but I don't know whether it's for KT or for Hanwha Esports. But he does manage to find aiming with that last bullet, as now the Destiny will come forward. Teleport back though from Rascal, and he is so scary. Karis goes into his Zhonya's just to watch as 4 members barrel in on top of him. And this is what we were talking about. If you don't find your advantages through aiming, it's all right. You've got a pretty big Camille.
Yeah, 6-1-4 this game. Survived that follow-up from OnFleek. I mean, that was a huge turning point, actually, when he was able to grasp and get out of there all the way back at the beginning of this game. And, you know, Hanwha Esports just were so far on the back foot because they didn't use their comp correctly. Now Rascal, I mean, this is just like a highlight reel for him. And he might pick up a few votes here, but I think Cuz has just not only got him ahead, but also has just been everywhere on the map.
In the meantime, VicLa is trying to get your vote right here, looking for a pick onto Vista. I think from that, he's not going to get the vote, as Vista grins and walks away. But there's 12 seconds on this Infernal Soul. KT still have complete control of the entire map. And we're seeing the fact that Hanwha have absolutely no options. The Destiny is still on cooldown. This Twist of Fate looking really balanced in this game.
That kill onto aiming really stopped KT from ending the game at that moment. But, like, it's delaying the inevitable, because now you have Infernal Soul with this comp, with an Aphelios that also has his 3rd item complete, and now is the time where the Scion just gets shredded by him, if not shredded by Rascal first, because he's 3 levels down on this Camille.
Yeah.
It's kind of a nasty situation here, what else to tell you guys? It's a problem.
It's called a drain circling.
Yeah.
That is what we're seeing from Hanwha Esports here, is KT looking to try and bear down on this turret. They don't have a lot of siege. They do kind of rely on Baron in order to push into these turrets. However, when you've got 2 inhibitors down and Rascal, it does mean that you can distract them for a decent amount of time. So the fact that they utilize their last Baron means they will be able to take down the last remaining inhibitor. And it looks like Hanwha are going to struggle to hold them off, especially now against the newly appointed Infernal Soul. And Rascal, like, yeah, he's just chilling. I'm just gonna go grab myself and Nexus turret.
Yeah, he's level 18 casually, you know, maxed out on everything.
He's 3 levels above dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, he has been for a while too.
Dudu and OnFleek are doing some practicing.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
It feels bad, man. Remember, this is such an important match for Hanwha Esports, but they could not use their comp well in this.
It reminds me
game.
of the Senna Scion thing, you know, where you're supposed to get like the minion to like stun a target that I think G2 managed to do once or something like that. I saw an example of it. Certainly looked really cool, but that was a bit different. That's like Lee Sin delivery service.
Yeah, well, they do stave off this push from KT, and KT decide that they're not going to all in. I think they definitely could have with all of the ultimates they have on, but it looks like they just really want to demoralize Hanwha Esports, and now they can come over here and set up for the Baron.
Oh yeah, okay. Maybe Rascal does get it. I mean, that's a 6,000 gold. It's pretty good.
Okay, but like, this is another chicken and the egg situation, right?
No, yeah, no.
Like,
I was kidding. But I mean, I see cash like that. That's where I invest.
No, I mean, I'm actually thinking about it too as well here for Rascal, because he played so many individual moments extremely well in these team fights.
Did,
but
and also like that first play at the very beginning where he avoided OnFleek after being joined by Cuz for that first kill, like. He's also their entire win condition at this stage of the game, very close to a flame horizon. I mean, if I was a Rascal salesman, I think it'd be a pretty easy job.
Yeah, I still think I'm leaning towards Cuz because of how much of an advantage he gave the rest of the team and how much he gapped OnFleek super hard.
True, he is playing a tank and hasn't died though, so that means that he hasn't done the maximum of his job. As this Baron is going down extraordinarily quickly, the Destiny has come in. But it's not. Oh, it almost gets the steal, but that is so much damage remaining. Triple kill immediately as the Aphelios just shows how many years were invested into collecting that Baron.
Well, I mean, look, if we were talking about voting and stuff, like, I think Aiming might have just gotten some media votes right there. He definitely picked up a few media votes right there with that ultimate, and that's
like Aiming can have the mad movie, Rascal can have the POG.
Yeah, there you go.
As the Nexus turrets will go down, the Nexus soon to follow. Hanwha Esports back to the drawing board after that one, I'm afraid. As Twisted Fate, not a pick and forget type pick. You need to have a little bit more in your arsenal to make it work.
천천히 봐줘. 앞에 걸어갖고.
야, 먹었어.
나 괜찮아. 놓고 안에 밑에요. 끝내려가자.
잡았어.
컷. 나이스. 끝내려가자.
내려가자.
쓰자 이거.
어우, 스마썸.
이시는 근데 어디 갔냐?
용 바로 내려갔어.
스마썸 했어, 스마썸. 아무도 바로는 아니야. 중간에 한번 소리.
짠. 가비요. 좋았다. 네, 리신궁이랑 망치, 제이스 같은 거 망치. 그런 거 생각할게. 리신 오면은 볼게.
Get into it a little bit himself, as in the mid lane, a little bit more of an engage, as VicLa is going to find a fear on OnFleek, but yeah, he's nice stuff. It's a bit of a Sky vibe. As the Ignite is down here, Dudu might just die, as Rascal, yeah, picks up that kill. OnFleek comes in and says, what the heck just happened to my top laner, as Rascal doesn't have his stun back up just yet. A little bit of damage there with the E, but otherwise hasn't started anything up, as Rascal's booking it. They really want to get in here. That is a precast, and the Dominus is going to say go. That is a very dead Rakan. He couldn't get anything done there at all as Cuz uses his ult defensively, but that was the right choice. Dudu not immune this game as SamD's trying to do some funny business. Does ult and flash to get away, but if you're just trying to get away, it's not going to give you enough. Dudu does manage to get the eye. Everfrost comes through, but just barely misses the back of the dress there. as Rascal's trying to get forward. There's another Dominus as the Shadow Surge will connect. It's a double kill already for aiming, and I have a feeling this game is really fallen by the wayside as VicLa looks for another fear and isn't going to quite find it.
It's just really nice, and he has Rascal on the flank angle, and he's just like, oh, I'll take my opportunity to ult in. Look at it, right onto SamD, the 80 carry, instantly dead because there's also a follow-up Jinx rocket from aiming.
Yeah.
And that's all you need. Oh, the 80 carry is dead? Well, there's no hope here. OnFleek's already like, well, I'm starting red buff. I'm just conceding the point. And let's watch this one more time here from VicLa's perspective. He's like, I'm going.
And everybody goes with him. Absolutely fantastic. Finds the blind. Ulti as well.
Man, he is chewing that gun real fast, it looks like, as well on the player camera.
Yeah, because when you say that it's over at about 15 minutes and it continues to be just as over as the game goes on, it gets tough. As now OnFleek's going to get caught out of position. He ults to try and keep himself alive. I just don't think it's going to work. The zap not quite there. Super Mega Death Rocket will seal the deal. Rascal now looking for the flank. Dudu is going to go golden. That is going to delay the inevitable as it's actually aiming that grabs that kill. It's a double here for the Jinx, who actually got some autos off. So cancel that appointment with HR as KT now going to push down that mid lane. Do Bubble Gloop Swamp.
Okay, hold on, VicLa.
Yeah, might actually find something here as he's doing a lot of damage to Vista. Goes golden at full health and Rascal turns up. It was 3 versus 1, but now it's 3 versus 5. It's completely unfair. Dudu goes golden with his Zhonya's. He tries to snip aiming, but aiming's just going to throw bullets at him. And now KT demonstrating that, yeah, there's just no hope for Harmwell Life Esports.
This is the part of the song that's like dun 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 dun.
So, I think it's another decent fear. Shadow Surge did actually land there. So let's see whether VicLa actually decides to go back in. The turret is turned off as the Jinx is taken down. So now KT might have to back away. That was overly excited. SamD wishes he still had that ult.
Yeah, and if they had maybe been able to pull off the bailout there, then aiming comes back to life. But it doesn't happen. You know, he hit it. Like, Life actually was able to put it on him, but they weren't able to get a kill, so...
Maybe it was because Harmwell didn't kill him in time or something like that. It made the timing weird, because maybe that's what they were going for.
It's very tricky, but at the end of the day here, this is a really...
It's like KT kind of outplayed themselves, if that's actually what happened.
Yeah, let's see, because VicLa's at the back doing
great
damage here.
Really nice quickness.
Stopwatch is really good. Yeah, they just don't get the kill fast enough as he takes down extremely quickly.
Yep.
Burst, and KT is still in firm control of this game, but they will actually have to struggle for prio here on what would have been their soul if they had the advantage here.
Well, Jinx is going to make her way over. The Super Mega Death Rocket should be able to come in first, and they have a lot of vision. Rascal also has about as many items as he wants.
No ults for KT either, really, across the board outside of the rocket.
Yeah. Almost have... Okay, never mind. KT not going to be able to find their soul. Shadow Surge will come forward, though, as VicLa looking to lock down Cuz. He does have his ult available and does go immune for a little while, and it is going to be the bailout utilized onto the Crocodile, but it's just not enough. The Renata locks down the kill onto the Gwen, but it doesn't get the revive in time. Cuz now in trouble as well, as the Killer Instinct will come through now for SamD. Life and Cuz now trying to fight this one off, but aiming is once again just dead. Have KT thrown this game? Like, what the heck? What is going on?
They're definitely having some fun here, but I don't think they've thrown the game. I think they're still in firm control over it, but it's giving Hanwha Life Esports some opportunities.
It's so frustrating to Cuz here as well as Life. He will die as the chains will arm. And now SamD will lock down another kill, and this is just not
to be
great.
fair, like they're killing the Nexus turrets with minions. I mean, they're not, but the minions are like they're
the minions have decided not to.
The minions are like, well, I will just follow my programming and walk down this lane and eventually try to kill the Nexus. And KT, if they win that fight, they win the game. And if they go even on it, they win the game. If they get aced and they don't go even, like if they get crushed on the fight as they kind of did, then they still have
like
they still have a massive
lead. In a row. It's like 4 fights in a row, and then they lose the game.
That was just a really
Karis, really able to lock this one.
That's the most important part of this, because without the Jinx, you can't win this fight anymore. KT is still trying to force it because they're like, well, LeBlanc's not here, but he eventually.
The immunity circles, man, they were so valuable.
And they took out the Renekton. Now it's just a front-to-back angle here with no ult available for VicLa.
Yep.
Well, that was a weird angle suddenly. Still is.
No, it's pretty cool. It's just showing that the amount of berserk action that allowed all of the teammates to kill Gwen. Gwen, as it turned out, not immune.
Nope. She was just very angry, a little bit upset.
Yeah, bit of hijinks to be thrown out there by Life, but also, as you could see as well, Harma was still able to win the fight because there was no jinx. And KT, they can't really afford to make mistakes like this, right? When...
I mean, yes, they can.
I mean, yes, they can.
They shouldn't do it, but they can afford to.
Yeah. Life is looking to try and grab Vista here, but he's not going to get engaged on.
Now, if they do it, like you said, like 3 more times and lose this and go to a game 3, they can't be affording that because game score also matters for their potential miracle run to playoffs. So you definitely want to take that 2-0. That is going to be of the utmost importance.
Indeed. Well, Baron is now up, and that is going to give them an avenue in order to do that. And one of the things KT have afforded themselves is a plethora of control of the map. As now Harma are going to come over and try and stop this. It's not going to work as there is a Kraken Slayer Jinx, and she tears through that Baron extraordinarily quickly. So now, once again, KT in some control, but that gold lead has certainly evaporated. It was 10,000, Wolf.
Yeah.
Now it's only 6.
It's, you know, that's a 40% decrease.
Yeah, Harma Life Esports stocks on the rise.
But there's still, you know, they still have so much money. They have so many items. They have a Renekton pushing down towards this inhib. Bottom inhibitor is open and just respawned. As Karus, they need to make sure they don't get flanked, and once again, this time they don't know where Rakan's coming from.
Yeah, it's a good little fear onto OnFleek, but now he's going to turn himself around, try and come back in again. Vista trying to be the hero as in goes SamD into the back line, as it is going to be aiming, picking up the bailout this time. The bottom lane is destroyed, and now he's just popping off. He will be able to make this one work. Dudu going to go down as an afterthought, and KT, they get it right this time. They'll take down the top lane inhibitor, and they will move forward for the win. As Karus looks to try and get rid of Life, but if everyone just groups around aiming, they should be able to protect him.
2-0 and 5. Karus did his best, man. He certainly tried. He had some heroic moments, but Rascal getting a massive lead.
Ooh, gets another one.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Rascal getting a massive lead in this game, snowballing things so beautifully, aiming, having such great setup.
Certainly figured out the best ways of making it.
Yeah, these are the final moments here, where it was just such a clean attempt from Vista, but you're so far behind, and aiming does die, quote-unquote, but then he gets bailed out, and this is just the attempts here for Life Esports were always, can we kill the Jinx? And when they did, they won that miraculous team fight 10,000 gold down when Karus gets a freebie. But in these, when they cannot do it, it doesn't matter. Nice try, though. Yep. And they're calling out LeBlanc's flanking and react.
I like
how so much communication.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I like paying attention to in these comms when you've got newer players coming in. Just see how much they're actually saying, how much they're contributing. And VicLa does look like he is giving a lot here to this team at the moment as far as the comms are concerned. And that's definitely a good sign moving forward here for KT. I think a lot of people miss Aria, but he wasn't performing. And VicLa comes in, and already you're seeing that this team's getting better.
Certainly. Really exciting turnaround for KT in the most dire of hours, and the start of what could have been an amazing win for them over T1 to break the streak. They weren't able to pull it off in the end, but like that was the starting point. This is just kind of the balls rolling down the hill, and with the matchups leading forward like I was talking about, on paper, theoretically